A lot of packaging waste that is going to be coming up now around the Christmas period, so we would encourage people to make use of the many recycling facilities around Gibraltar. The points like this, you can recycle any plastic, cans, Tetra Brick in the yellow, paper and cardboard, wrapping paper and so on in the blue bins.
Now some people think that you might separate it here, but it all ends up in landfill in Spain. So what's the point? Can you just explain the chain that occurs once you put something in one of these bins to be recycled?
Okay, so once the bins are full here in Gibraltar, they're collected by Britannia, they're taken to the eco park here in Gibraltar, and there the different waste types are sorted, they're baled, they're put into trucks, and they're taken to Spain to different sorting and recycling facilities. So for example, the plastics are taken up to Los Barrios, but we have other sites. I think paper goes to Seville, glass goes to Seville, and from there the products are either sold on to companies that reuse them, or they're recycled there on site.
So just explain how the materials are collected then. I mean, they're collected separately, aren't they?
Of course, so Britannia do the rounds, and they will come round with the container at the back will be a different colour, which corresponds to the bin they're collecting at the time. So they'll do a round where they collect the green bins, for example, which is glass, and then they'll do a separate round where they collect the yellow bins, and then the materials are taken separately to the eco park, where they again are taken separately into Spain to the appropriate sites where they're dealt with. When we send our mixed normal municipal waste to the Los Barrios plant, there is an element of sorting that goes on. They do try to recover as much of the recyclable material as possible, but obviously recovery rates are much, much lower. You're talking about recovering maybe 30 to 40% of the recyclable material. When you take it separated at source, you can recover above 90%, and the 10% that they don't recover is materials that have been put in the recycling bins that maybe don't belong there. So it makes a massive difference in terms of the actual efficiency of the process.
We've just seen the COP26 conference in Glasgow. So looking at the wider picture, the bigger picture, what difference does it make one household here in Gibraltar, one small household, putting their waste into these bins?
I think the thing with climate change is that it is very much a global effort, and everybody has to play their part. So it may feel like one household, one person can't make a difference, but if every household and every person does their bit, then those changes, I mean, it is a bit of a cliche, but it's true, those changes add up to big differences, and reducing sort of waste, reducing landfill, and reducing the need for new resources, and sort of generating a circular economy is a critical part of the fight against climate change. There is capacity, obviously, for Gibraltarians to do more. Our recycling rates are quite low. They're only about 10 or 11%, I think, last year. And we do also find that some people don't use the bins correctly. So we find people throwing their mixed waste, dog waste into the recycling bins, which obviously then affects their viability as recycled product.
11% sounds quite low, actually. How do people know where these bins are? I mean, obviously we can see them dotted around as we travel around Gibraltar, but if you wanted to look at one place that will just give you all the different sites, where would they go to?
If people go onto the government's geoportal, we will shortly be uploading a new map which shows all the different recycling points around Gibraltar, and you'll be able to sort of zoom in and see which bins are available at each site.